And good afternoon, folks. Welcome back to UndercoverET. I hope you're doing really well, guys. I hope you had a great weekend. Folks, we've got a lot to go over today. As you know, the Department of War in America has released, or has started releasing, the UFO Files. This is the website, guys, and so far there have been 161 files dropped. Okay, now I'm hoping they're going to release some more this Friday. It'll give me some time to work through all of this. But as you know, people have already started releasing evidence. They've started releasing the videos. We're going to go over 4 of those videos today, and I'll be doing a video every single day on these files. Plus, we've still got stuff to show from you guys. And in fact, I was thinking about it this morning. I'm going to mix this up a little bit, okay? So with every Department of War video that gets released, I'm going to try and find something in my archive from you guys to match it, okay? Just to show you guys how good your footage really is. Because although this stuff is awesome and it's taken from military cameras and it's all compelling and that, we've got better footage, guys, believe it or not. So we are going to look at it. But we're going to start off with this, okay? So, Roxham TV, just in. Department of War releases UFO and potential alien live files. We went through every single file for you. We pulled out the best and craziest, most insane parts. Check them out right here. So let's start off from the top. Oh, tic-tac. Just let the video play on. All right, that's it. Let's... Fantastic. Absolutely brilliant. Right, so this looks like a tic-tac cylindrical object. It could be a triangle, just side on, so you wouldn't know if it's being pointed out, you know, from the opposite side, or whether it's just round or cylindrical. We don't know. Could be a perfect disc, could be a triangle, could be a cylindrical object. That's my take on it, guys. Example of that. Check this out from Maggie Walsh over in Australia. Very fast pencil UAP is what we call them. Honestly, from a side-on view, we don't know, but they travel extremely fast. They don't mind travelling close to the ground, and sometimes, 9 times out of 10, they're not alone as well. So, fantastic stuff. We've got many captures like this, but we don't know what the true shape is, guys, unless we got over the top of it and actually saw it from a bird's eye view, or from below. So that's where I'm at with that one. Fantastic stuff. Very clear, very unexplainable, and that's what these videos are all about. Let's move on. All right, next up, we're in the clouds, folks. What have we got here? Something comes out from behind the clouds. Oi, that's that object. Okay, there you go. So this is, a lot of people would have already seen this. Looks like a white orb with a wispy tail. Almost looks like a balloon, right? Comes out from behind the clouds, obviously traveling at good speeds. And they managed to track this object. I don't think there's a lot to this clip. They're just tracking an object that's flying through the air at the moment, and it's a white dot. You know? It does remind me of a little something though. Something we've got an amazing clip of. What the thing was doing up there, I do not know. Okay, I just don't, I wouldn't have a clue what they're doing. They're up there doing something though, guys, 100%. What it is anyone's guess. A lot of people think reconnaissance of the planet. Maybe they're planning or setting up for something. I don't know. Freaky stuff, right? But you can see military grade footage. Is that it? That's it. That's it. So yeah. The closest thing I've got to this, guys, and there's a lot. We've got a lot of evidence of these white objects moving around. I'm not too sure what this wispy bit is below here. Okay. We have... Kit Quint in Wales has obviously captured a white UAP shooting up into the air. I'll overlay it now. Most of you have seen it already. But this white UAP does some really crazy things. Okay, it's shooting out orbs at crazy speeds. There are white energy pockets opening up in the sky, turning whilst this is being recorded. And that's what makes the clip so flipping compelling. But this has got to be something very similar, if not the same thing, in my opinion. White wispy objects moving through the air, doing something. We don't have no idea what it's doing. And yeah, I would say that there are many of these things in our skies, guys. That's just my opinion. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and let's move on. All right, next up. Looks like it's nighttime footage. Looks dark. Let's have a look. Oi. Hello, mate. What's happening? Yeah, love it. Light craft. It looks like a light craft, right? But it's oi. What is that? Very cool. Very cool indeed. Is that two white balls of light, or is that one craft? They're moving together. Looks like a massive pair of dice, doesn't it? So, this is going to be interesting. Just going back to the start there, we get this come through. Guys, I don't know what this is. Is that a craft as well? What the f is happening? Alright, so this object comes past. Whoever's panning the camera obviously goes to the left to see what this thing is. And then the focus turns onto this thing, right? So what are they looking at here initially? And that kind of looks like it turns. Why does it look like it's got, this thing's got wings? Is that a plane? I don't know. But instantly the attention's gone to this thing. And you can see, guys, as it's moving, and it's clearly moving at a decent pace because it just looks like a solid white light. But then as the camera pans to the left here to have a look, it stopped. And as it stopped, they zoom in. And this is what we're getting, guys. It looks like two individual lights. Or holes in the craft where the plasma's emitting inside, and that's what you're seeing. You know, so we're not necessarily seeing LEDs, guys. We're seeing like energy generated from, I guess, the emitters within the craft, and any holes in the craft will just be emitting light, right? So that's what we're looking at. If this is a conventional craft, I don't know if this is just an energy thing. We've got a mixed bag that we're dealing with, guys. So again, I don't know whether they're still recording this while it's moving and they've managed to get a decent lock, or whether this thing has just decided to stop. I think it stopped. Or slowed right down, and now we've got a better visual of what this thing may be. Really, really interesting clip. And again, I'm going to lay over something that you guys have captured that is very similar to this. Okay, so Tony Franklin, East Texas, Palestine Lake. He captures what I called a light craft, and he gets an audio hit from it as well. It just pings up into the sky like it's nothing, right? An unbelievable capture. Looks very, very similar to what we're seeing here. They could be two completely different craft, right? But our cameras pick up what they pick up, guys, and we can only make comparisons based on the evidence that we're getting. And so this puppy looks very similar to what Tony Franklin captured over in East Texas, Palestine Lake. But with this clip, it does slow down. We do get a focus on it, and we get some freaky deaky detail. Now, is it a saucer? No idea. Have we got a saucer that looks like this potentially? Yes, we have, guys. Wales, UK, last year. I went there with Karen Ricks and Thomas. Stayed at Kit's family home. Beautiful family, beautiful surroundings. We did some tests and we managed to capture what looked like a flying saucer. Only, 100 yards away from us at most. Amazing capture, and it did have a very bright light on it. Several, in fact, and a red one as well coming off the right-hand side of it. No idea what it was. We just know that it was behind the tree in front of us and zipped off in complete silence, guys. And that was the most compelling part for me. So, let's move on. Let's see if we can get anything else. Alright, guys. Now, this is a very, very telling video. So, a lot of people on the fence with this. They got no idea what it is. I'll be honest with you, guys. I'm going to give you my interpretation now. I ain't got a flipping clue what we're looking at here. To me, it looks like there's an awful lot of light coming off of this object, which is why you're getting wisps coming out. Looks like a snowflake, right? I think there's quite a bit of light coming out from this object, and in reality what we've got going on here is potentially just one craft, and the light that's shining immediately from it is sending these lines up, down, left, right, making it very difficult to see what it is. It's obviously giving off a heat signature as well, because you can see with every movement it's leaving a white line, which is slowly fading. So this isn't signs of propulsion, because you would be seeing the propulsion itself coming out of the craft. Instead, what we're seeing is a white line being left any which way direction this thing is moving. The line is following it, and that shows it's heat. It's showing quite a lot of heat. So that's why I lean towards light. I'm thinking maybe this thing is giving off heat and light, which is why you're getting this wispy, crisscross snowflake effect. But the object itself is there. It's moving intelligently. It's kind of hovering, stationary, then going left and right, up and down. Yeah, it shows intelligent movement. No instantaneous acceleration in that aspect. It's not moving incredibly fast, at least I can't tell. So yeah, really, really interesting. But you can see here, guys, if I just go back to that moment, you can see here the object itself. It's either a totally round spherical object, or it's got like a disc-like shape to it, and it's emitting light, and that's why the wispy black bits coming off here and here are actually longer than the ones here and here. It could be because there is a saucer in the middle, and then the light is coming off of those panels either side of it. I'm just guessing, guys. I've got no idea. It could also, just like I say, be a solid round object in the centre, and this all could be something completely different. Very hard to know on the military grade footage. Very, very hard indeed. Now, guys, you're probably thinking, what's Rob going to come up with? What's he got that resembles this? I don't have anything that resembles this shape, okay? And this shape is only taking form based on probably several factors, including the light, including the shape of the craft as well. Do I think there's a craft out there that looks like something out of Deep Space Nine flying around in our sky? No. I don't think there's a craft that looks like a wheel with holes in it flying around at this time. I think most of them are saucers or orbs, I believe. So yeah, I feel like this is just light, and it's made this shape, and it is what it is, guys. In terms of movement, yes, we have something that moves very similar. In terms of look, no, it doesn't look the same as what was captured in Cardiff from Jacob Coleman. But yeah, guys, check out the Jacob Coleman video. It was taken over a housing estate, and the only reason why I show it is because of the way this thing is moving. You see, it's how it's sort of very cautiously moving up, very slowly moving up and down, left and right, and that's kind of what we saw out in Cardiff, Wales on that clip, okay? Although the thing was a complete mess in terms of distorted, didn't want to be seen clearly, but at the same time, it was showing intelligent movement. No massive instantaneous acceleration, none of the real 5 observables, but also no propulsion system, you know? And it was just hovering there. And that's why I've picked out Jacob's clip to match to this, just because of the movement, guys, not because of the visual. But yeah, very interesting, and who knows, maybe we're going to get something like this. Maybe we just got to point the camera in a specific area, and the craft needs to do something specific with its lights or with its heat, I don't know, in order for us to get this image. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, guys. Really, really interesting. And yeah, I'd be shocked if that's like a... I'd be shocked if that... You know what it kind of reminds me of? The centre there? Kind of reminds me of the steering on a boat. You know, the steering wheel on a boat, you've got the round ring, and then you've got the... Yeah, it just reminds me of that. It honestly does. But yeah, I've got a feeling that's light protruding off the craft, giving that image. Got a funny feeling. It does almost look like it's turning in the middle there. In fact, alright guys, so there is a nucleus. There's something in the middle and I'm going to look at this right now. I would almost go so far as to say this is something coming into our existence and it's passing through a portal, potentially. So you see here, this round makeup could be distortion in our atmosphere. Bending time, you could say, or bending the atmosphere itself. And then you've got a nucleus here. Again, it looks like someone looking out of an eye of a storm, doesn't it? Something crazy like that. But this here is a craft. So we're going to enhance this and see if we can get anything from it. Yeah, now look, guys. I mean, I'm just going on a whim here. We ain't got a lot to work with. But you see here, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like black dots in amongst this image. Got one in the centre, and it looks like whatever's in the centre is surrounded by a donut ring. And the donut ring has the black notches with the black line going right through the middle. And that's why I feel like it's a light source protruding out. I feel like this is maybe some kind of energy pocket that's opened up and something is either looking or trying to pass through it. And it sounds crazy. It sounds crazy, right? But as Anna Paulina Luna says, she thinks these things are interdimensional. It'll be shit like this that gives her that conclusion, guys. And I've got to say, where else do you go with the human brain when you see something like this? So I get it. I completely get it. But that doesn't mean that ancient civilizations have tech that could do something like this in order to achieve something like time travel. Who knows? But let's have a look and see what the enhancement shows. Alright guys, so I wasn't expecting to get anything too clear, to be honest with you. But this kind of makes it a bit easier. So you can see here this round donut around something inside the middle here. Now there's something very dark here. Something very dark. This could be the craft, okay? Also, you see this darkness here? This whole dark thing here? This could be the saucer itself. Okay? And what's happening is it's producing a lot of light, which would equal to energy, for reasons unknown, guys. Unknown. Maybe they're just suddenly going somewhere. Maybe they're debating where to go. Maybe they've just arrived, you know. But this is what I take from this. Again, I'm just sort of guessworking it here. And I'm not trying to take too much data. Just trying to give you my raw opinion based on what I'm seeing. That's it. So yeah, no biased opinion. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. It's pretty cool looking though, right? So some would say, you know, oh, that military grade footage is something special. But the reason why I say to you guys, look, you do a better job is because we've got the 4K Ultra HD colour. We can see what's going on. And although some of it is very hard to accept, you've got to understand that when these planes are flying a certain height, we're not going to get bugs and birds going past them. And this is where things get really compelling, guys. Check this point of reference out from Ben Harrison. Flipping madness at the end, guys. I am going to deep dive this right now, guys, so you guys can see exactly what I'm seeing. So obviously zooms in on the plane. Instantly he gets interest. Okay, something flies into the clip. I know it looks like a bug, but we've seen these things actually dancing around up there and then being saucers, right? So first object comes in. Guys, check this out. And I think this is a saucer just way up there, Ben, or Dragon UAP, one of the two. Look at this. Gone. Completely gone behind. Out it pops. Wonderful. Then boom. Dragon UAP comes past at extreme speeds, guys. And then as we pan back to the plane, look at this. Look at this flipper. Look at that. It never actually left the plane sight, guys. So just reverse it. Look, it's here. And then clip by clip, as Ben pans back to the plane, look at these things. Tagging the shit out of the plane. Look at this. One's gone in front. Got another one on the approach here. There's a lot going on, guys. Look at that. How the f does that work? Look at this. So going backwards, look at this dot here. frame by frame going forward. Another one appears from the far distance. Okay, look at this. Boom. And then it gets close to the plane, and then it goes back a little bit instantly. And then jumps forward. How the hell does that work? Mate, that's flipping madness. Anyway, jumps forward. Whatever the hell, where the hell did that come from? And then check this out right at the end, guys. Look at that coming in from the other side of the plane. Boom. Behind the plane, out the other side. And then this one comes in from the top. Hovers, matches the speed of the plane. Dips behind the wing. Comes out the other side. And Bob's your uncle. That is point of reference on a high quality scale. They are micro UAP tagging our aircraft. They shouldn't be up there. We shouldn't be getting point of reference from that sort of height. That's exactly what's happening, guys. Now, with that said, and I've shown this in the past many times, not every black dot that you film in your garden is going to be a UAP. We ask for point of reference. That's point of reference. We know that the plane's going to be travelling at a certain height, and once that object goes behind that plane, it's done. It's a done deal, one and done, no question about it, right? Unless the plane is flying at low altitude. Secondly, radar hits. They give off X and K band radio hits, guys. Get your car radar detector out. It's just a simple one. Tells you if you're approaching a speed camera or not. Point it in the sky, record. Hopefully you get some radar hits, and that will give you an X or K band reading. And that means there's something mechanical, or at least part mechanical, flying above your heads, guys. That's exactly what that means. We need to get a little bit more clinical with our recording. We need to realise that if we're going to lay this out to people, we need to tick certain criteria, certain boxes. That's what I'm asking you guys to do. Step up your game. Thank you so much, Ben Harrison in Oklahoma, yet again. Smashing it out of the park, mate. You're well up there. Thank you so much. And guys, we're going to leave it there. Thank you so much for your time. Like and subscribe. As always, we do need your support. And every day we're going to be looking at the files that are being released from the Department of War. And I'll be giving you guys an update. Get your evidence into me, undercoverETuk@gmail.com. Thank you so much. Take care. All the best. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye for now.